Bro, so the other day, I went to Oscar's meetup, and the dude said he was gonna quit his electrical. Well, he was working his electrical job, and bro, I forgot your name, but we sat and we talked for a couple minutes, and he said he listens to our podcast, and he was like, "Well, I'm only gonna work electrical 3 days, and I'm gonna do real estate 3 days." I was like, "So you're gonna cold call on?" And he's doing astral flipping. I was like, "So you're gonna call on agents for 8 hours a day for 3 days out of the week?"
His electrical job?
Yeah, he like does electrical.
Okay.
And I was like, number one, you're bullshitting. I was like, you want to know why? Because I own a fucking call center. I know what. Like, you ain't doing it.
You ain't calling like that.
You ain't calling like that, bro.
Yeah.
Because if you were doing that, you would have already had something.
You wouldn't be doing this electrical job no more.
Yeah, like in all honesty.
Yeah, if he was putting that type of time in, yeah.
And then he was like, well, I'm trying to study. So when I'm calling these people, I was like, bro, what did you just say to me? I was like, you're trying to study?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, download a fucking script, Google jargon words in real estate, have those 2 words, and start calling. Like, studying's not going to help you whatsoever.
Yeah. Because you only know what you need. You're going to learn what you need to know by actually doing the work. So
right?
by
like,
actually
it's not
calling,
school.
and you'll probably have that one phone call throughout that day where someone will say something, and you're like, shit, I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. Let me get back to you.
Let me get back to you. You know what I mean? And then after that, boom, you can look up that one term, and boom, you done studied. But look how many calls you probably done got in that day.
Well, and you're talking to agents, bro. You're talking to residential agents. You're not talking to these really sophisticated, like, investors or anything else. You're calling agents just seeing if they have deals to offload.
Oh, because you said astral flipping?
Yeah, he's doing astral flipping. So, like, if you are getting into real estate, generally, you just got to get on the phone, and then if anything pops up or you don't know, go ask in our Facebook group, what does this term mean? Mm-hmm. And I promise you, someone will be able to answer it. If I don't know the answer, I'll say, I don't know the answer. Let me call somebody.
You want to tag the person who should know the answer.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, bro, what does this mean? But don't ever, studying is a crutch. Like, don't ever, like, well, I don't want to get on the phone because I need to study so I can get on the phone call. And, like, I'm not making fun of you, but I'm saying we need to fix that thought process because real life doesn't work like school.
Yeah.
You don't study and then get better. You need to go and get very specific knowledge and apply that very specific knowledge to whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why they give you pop quizzes in school, though.
Right? I mean, because that's all.
You need to know what you do know, what you don't know, and then what you fuck up, you know that you can go look that up instead of trying to learn all about that whole, section.
Yeah, because like, bro, none of that shit matters, dude. Like, you're going to learn all these terms and shit like that. Like, you just learn by going and doing and fucking up, and if something pops up, it's like, bro, you have my number.
Yeah.
Send me a text.
Use your resources.
What does this mean? Like, I don't know. Let me see.
Studying for me, like you said, it's a crutch. It's a way of not having to
procrastinating.
It's procrastinating. It's your way of trying not to do the work, because at the end of the day, when you first start cold calling, this shit is scary. And so when people's like, oh, well, I'm still trying to learn this or I'm still trying to learn that, like, no, you're procrastinating. You're trying to defer. Because you don't want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation because you don't feel like you're ready yet. But what you don't know is you're not going to be ready until you put yourself in that uncomfortable position. And so for me, I think that came up when I was teaching or when I was looking to get into teaching. I had applied for so many special education jobs, and they asked me questions on like IEPs, and they asked me on different goals and being able to put together different things to kind of just help different students with disabilities, right? Mm-hmm. And they were asking me, like, what would I do here? What would I do there? And they were just like, you're too green. Like, you don't know enough at this point in time. Like, apply again. The next time a job opens up, apply again. And I started getting frustrated because I was just like, look, at the end of the day, I'm never going to know anything about writing an IEP or all these different type of things until I actually have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell someone like what goes in it, but before you can actually write a decent plan and understand like what a student necessarily needs, I mean, that comes with observing a student, right? Evaluating a student, and then you can formulate a plan that works best for that student. But you only get to do those things by being in the classroom.
Right.
And so it was super frustrating because the reason why I wasn't getting a job at the time was something that I couldn't even control. You know what I mean? And so I think it's, at least with real estate, you can control picking up the phone and calling somebody and getting that experience.
Well, you got to take I mean, the biggest difference is like taking more action and then creating new problems for yourself that you need to solve again. Because when you're reading, I call it like, bro, you're just mentally masturbating. That's all you're doing,
You're
right?
getting off on the thought of being able to do something.
Of being able to, like, listening to all these podcasts, like, educate yourself on all this shit. Like, bro, like, go talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, that. And then when you run into a situation, put into Google podcast saying X. I promise you something will pop up. Listen to it for all of an hour. There's your fucking solution.
Yeah.
Now hop back on the phone.
It's like trying to connect with trying to get at a girl. You know what I mean? You can sit here and watch all these movies on, watch The Notebook and all.
You got to go take shots.
All the shit the girls like.
Go take shots
and shit like that. And then the moment she's in your face, you don't even know what the hell to say to her, bro. You try to put yourself out there enough times, and you start getting that door slammed in your face. You gonna know real quickly what line wasn't working and what they seeing right through. You know what I mean? But you're only gonna know that by putting yourself in those situations.
I get it's hard at the beginning, but don't let education be a crutch. Don't
let it be a tool. Education
tool.
shouldn't be a crutch. It should be a tool that you use, that you continue to sharpen. Because the thing they say in like in football, right? When we were in college, and they just talk about like your tool belt. You know what I mean? With real estate, like you don't necessarily need to know what every tool fucking does. Because when the situation comes up, you'll understand what tool you need to use, right? Like if you don't know the difference between a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver, like my man, like you can sit here and keep reading books and shit all you want and looking at the tool all you want, but the moment you walk up to a screw and you see that it got a flathead on it, I mean, shit, bro, it's actually pretty simple. Like, oh shit, this one's for that. But you don't know until you go try to do the damn job.
Exactly. Or you got to go do it.